Trime Taveler, Trime Taveler, party time, excellent. Hi folks, welcome back to Trime Taveler. Good morning America, how are you? We've got all kinds of exciting stuff to do today. I've got Scully here with us. How you doing, Scully? I'm doing good. Leave me alone. All right, so he's doing good. Let's just leave him alone. Okay, we got some more fun stuff happening with the Libertarian Party today. Maybe last night. I don't always keep track of exactly what and when. But and this involves my home state, Florida, where I guess maybe I have been dropping the ball in the Florida Libertarian Party and have allowed the Mises Caucus in Alabama to take control, because as you can see, as we're transitioning to our other page, oh, come on. Why is this not working? Screen capture. Okay, I know what's going on. I have to go to properties. I am so sorry, everybody. This is probably the second worst thing that's happened on this show since it first started, so oh man, having the same issue. There we go, yay. Alright, what do we got here? Okay, so we're talking about Florida here. Oh yeah, so the Mises Caucus Party in Florida are asking for membership donations. I mean, I don't exactly know what's going on there, but this is the good one. Our mailing address is Florida Mises Caucus, 518 West Magnolia Avenue, Auburn, Alabama. Which everybody knows that northern Florida is just southern Alabama, you know. Like, technically, whenever people say Florida man, if that man was actually from Alabama, they would still call him Florida man, because it's kind of like Texas, you know, where the southern half of Texas is technically Mexico, and then the northern half is, you know, the people that drive the big white convertibles with the cow horns on them. Yeah, that's who lives in northern Texas. Anyway, and by the way, to all the Texas people that are offended by that, I do apologize. I'm from Florida, so come on. You can, if you can't dish it out, then don't take it. Okay, so yeah. Anyway, that's a little I can't even get close enough to read that. For the past 2 cycles, we've been working to take over the Libertarian Party of Florida and transform it into something greater, something that we can all be proud of. We're happy to be able to report today that we've made substantial progress on that front. The Florida Mises Caucus currently represents a 2/3 majority of LPF's executive committee, with over 200 members across our great state. We've been able to achieve such dominance over the party thanks to the relentless efforts of our members. Thanks to people like you. Some time ago, we began discussing the creation of a legal entity whose purpose would be to facilitate fundraising for the local campaign and outreach events. In the meantime, we've been doing this by holding fundraisers and sweepstakes for the specific events of specific campaigns. Thanks to your generous contributions, we were able to contribute over $1,000 to local charities this past election cycle. Wow, really? Thanks to your generous contributions, we were able to host a Mises Bash at every LPF convention and feature guests like Angela McArdle, Tasha Cohen's husband, Michael Heiss, Carrie Ann Harlos, and Dave Smith. And about a month from now, again, thanks to people like you, we'll be hosting the first ever Florida Freedom Fest, an event that will one day rival Pork Fest, Y'all Revolution, or any other libertarian-minded event. But they still won't be near as cool as LibertyCon, who recently told them that they weren't invited. Anyway, a few months back, we were finally able to create the Florida Mises Stocks Foundation. With this legal entity, we're hoping to be able to fundraise for the long term and expand our efforts exponentially. I love whenever they use that word, exponentially. We're still waiting for the exponential growth. Instead of having 200 members across the state, we'd like to have 2,000 dedicated volunteers who can dominate their local government meetings and fight back against the ever-encroaching authoritarian of state. Instead of contributing $1,000 for local candidates to even have a chance, we want to give more than $10,000 to our candidates so that they can actually win these elections and start reversing tyranny where it matters most. But to do this, once again, we need your help. Okay, first off, $1,000 is all that they raised? I mean, like, come on, it's Florida. Like, rich billionaires come here to die. This is like where the money goes, and there should just be like safes of $1,000 at like the flea market that you can buy for like $100. You know, like, come on. These people are obviously from Alabama. That's all I got to say. Okay, and I apologize to anybody from Alabama that's offended by that, because obviously I don't really mean that either. But it does get even more fun, because I went on to say, I can explain people in Alabama claim that northern Florida is more like Alabama than Florida. So Alabama people often claim Florida, since Alabama is even worse than Florida. And Jeremy David says, the further north you go in Florida, the more south you get. And headlines always say Florida man, but what they don't tell you is he was originally from Alabama. That was my zinger. Scott Griffin. Orlando is the last bastion of sanity in the state. Head north from there, it goes downhill fast. I'm also led to understand that Tampa is more panhandle than Miami. And then I said, I live in Melbourne, across from Tampa. There are nice beaches there, Tampa, but no waves. So the cooler people are on the East Coast by default. East Coast of Florida pumps out pro skateboarders too. More pro skateboarders too since the 1970s. I got that wrong. I didn't. They come from all over the state, but there's a sweet spot in Florida where they all come from. Anyway, we shoot over to Dunlin during the fall spring regularly to run our pups on Fast Cat, which I'm not actually sure what that is. Yeah, and that was so yeah, what was that discussion? I thought there was another discussion that was nope. Taking over fundraising. The mission is complete. Yeah. That is what they've been trying to do this whole time. Oh, and then I was also talking to someone about one of my favorite comic books of all times. It's called Mouse by Art Spiegel. It's Art Spiegelman. He recounts the stories told by his grandfather, and animates it, or not animates it, turns it into a little comic strip where the Jews are mice and the Nazis are cats, and the Americans are dogs, and what else? I think the Polish were pigs. Yeah, it was great. You guys would actually. It's very well thought out. Like the way that he did it was, yeah. It's one of those banned books. So you won't date a guy that lives with his mom, but you will date a guy that lives with his wife. That's funny. Alright, so we're gonna take a little look at the current cryptocurrency prices. Cryptocurrency prices. Bing. Alright. I see. Alright, so currently Bitcoin is at $18,800. You might want to get in on that. I'm saying Bitcoin, but look at everything all across the board right now and how low it all is. Doge is almost back down to 0.5 to it's at almost below 6 cents again. It's right at 6 cents. Polkadot is at $7. DAI is below $1. Shiba Inu is still surprisingly Uniswap, Litecoin back down to 55. I think it was like 52 last night. So it's improving a little bit, but you guys need to get in on these deals. That's if you never bought cryptocurrency before, right now is the time to do it. Don't go all in, just because a homeless time traveler from the future, 1996, told you to. Like put a few dollars in, dip your foot in, if you got a couple $100 extra just sitting around that you're not gonna use for a couple years, let that be your collection. Start a cryptocurrency collection. Just start buying different coins. $10 here, $10 here. All different coins. Don't roll a dice, see which one to buy the next time. And just keep on collecting them for the next 2 years. And if you don't even need a time machine to do this. You can go. You can just look at the trends, the history and stuff like that. Let's see if I can find Bitcoin is a perfect example. Okay, can I switch this all time? Yes. Okay, so the very first Bitcoins are happening over here in 2015. It was actually 2012, but we can't really see these prices. Yeah, sure we can. Okay, so but this is where it becomes really obvious. Okay, here's 2018, right? Now 4 years after that is 2022. Okay, so when was the last Bitcoin halving? Last Bitcoin halving was right. Okay. So these peaks, like right here, and then 2 years later, or 4 years later, boom, the next one. So really, this was the one that was predictable. Uh, April 2021. That's after the Bitcoin halving. So if you go back, 4 years from that point, you've got. Oh yeah, there it is, 2017. That's not 2018. That's actually 2017. So there's the next Bitcoin halving before then, and that was this big explosion whenever it went from $600 to 18,000, and then it went back down to 4,000, and then back up to 11,000, and then back down to 5,000, and then up to 62,000, and then down to 30s, and right now it's at 18. So, so this was 2021. This was at the beginning of 2021, right here. But that having happened in 2020. So the next one to happen is going to be in 2024. So that's whenever this chart's going to, be like up here in the 100,000s and stuff like that. So anyone who's buying right now into this, you're not buying and expecting it to get good tomorrow. We're looking at this trend right here in 2017. Whenever it hit sky high, and then you've got a couple of bear traps as it falls down, and then it reaches its rock bottom, and then it spends another year recovering, and then another year peaking after that, going back to its next record highs. And then again, the bear trap, and this is a good bear trap here too. Like, you could have definitely made a lot of money from right there, and I made a lot of money from right there to right there, and then right there, and then I sold right there, and then I bought back in right here, and then I ended up losing right here. So that was the trap that got me. Look at that. You want to see how to lose half your wealth? Have it all in right there. I mean, I had it all in like right there. And 30 something, yeah, 39. 39 was that number I was trying to hit. And then I hit it, made a little bit of money, and then watch it all fall all the way down to where it is right now. And I've just been putting more money in and waiting. I mean, I know how it works. Be patient. Don't lose your mind. It's a roller coaster, man. Actually, it's more like, it's just like surfing. You're either like whenever the waves come in, you either like catch the wave and ride it, and then you pull back out, or you ride it all the way into shore. So, honestly, like, if you have, like some sort of, I don't know, like a savings or something like that, a savings account where you have like a, low interest yield or something, you could make so much more money, like putting your money in Bitcoin and holding it for 2 years right now than you would putting it anywhere else. Like, even if Bitcoin went all the way to $5,000 in the next couple of weeks, I would still be saying buy more now, buy more now, buy more now, and keep waiting for 2 years, keep waiting for 2 years, keep waiting for 2 years, and then once that 2 years comes and hits, then it, then you'll be okay. So once again, I wanted to find. I chose all time, but that's not all time. Maybe if I just go here to images, I can find what I'm looking for. There we go. so 2010 is where it started. 2012 is whenever I was saying it. Okay. Okay, it was May 2020. So the next one is June 2024. So the first one occurred November 2012. So 2012, 2016, 2020, every 4 years, going like that. Following the presidential elections, which is interesting. So every election year is also the halving year. And then within 108 days after the halving, that's the theory, is whenever the highest prices are reached. So as you can see, these 2021 prices, so May 2022, and I was telling everyone to sell before May, because May is when it's all going to be going down. Actually, I was saying sell before January, because there's just like a tax dump every year at the same time, where everything kind of has this little, it's kind of like a little discount day. Like if you have some money set aside, whenever the other big corporations are selling off their shit and taking the losses, get in at that moment, you can make a quick flip on several different stocks. So anyway, what we're looking at here is 2016 was that one halving. So we're seeing record price about right there. Whenever the last one was 2012, so there's the 2012 halving, and then a record high, followed by a slump, and then a 2016 halving, followed by a record high, and then a slump, 2020 halving, followed by a record high, and now we are in this slump. And then the next halving is 2024, and then it'll be, like I said, it'll be after that halving, which is occurring around in June 2024. So I say September 2024 is whenever we'll start seeing that's whenever you're most likely to see Bitcoin for over $100,000 for the first time. And what it does after that is is very confusing now, because what it did after the last halving was it gained a lot more popularity than ever before, and it kept the natural cycle of the event from doing it's so one thing that's easy to tell though is exactly when the next high prices are going to be. How low this is going to go, like especially if you look at this map, that it's drawing as you can see, that there is a slight pattern that follows. Even though it's going up and down, it's still going up and down in steps up. And yeah, we just happen to be at the bottom right now. So if you want to get rich quick, there's my prediction. Like I said, I don't need a time machine to figure that out. Here we are back with Scully. Hello, Scully. Hey, what you doing? I'm talking to you, Scully. What else did I have? I had something else I wanted to talk about today. Oh, the open mic. Last 2 nights, I did not stream the open mic because I had other stuff going on. But the good thing is it was still recorded, so I can still stream it, and we can rewatch it later on, which I plan on doing. So we have another open mic, 2 nights of open mic coming up. Maybe we'll do the whole thing just all one big night. Yeah, and then tomorrow night I should be live for Thursday's jam. Alright, that's the end of the show. I guess it's time for that outro. One day I played the outro song. Everybody ran away and said goodbye. They said so long. Y'all come back now. You hear? Alright. Peace, Pot, Microdot. Have a good